For the power of truth, this is the Glad Report.
Good day, my dearest gladiators and reporters. My name is Intalasha Gladys Monsa, and I'm the voice and the face of the Glad Report. Today we will be discussing the state of the Patriotic Front and what the state of the Patriotic Front means for the people, for the state of Zambia. Without further ado, allow me to indulge myself. The big question that has been on everybody's lips is who is the Patriotic Front's president? There are two main front runners that have put themselves at the fore to claim that they are the party's president. The names are Miles Sampa, the Matero MP, current Matero MP, and the former president, sixth Republican president of Zambia, unsurprisingly, Edgar Chagwa Lungu. Considering what Central Committee members of the Patriotic Front have been saying, they've only had one name on their lips, which is Edgar Chagwa Lungu. Many people in the Patriotic Front have painted Miles Sampa as a tyrant of sorts, as a person who really isn't of the Patriotic Front, more of a watermelon, to say he is committing political espionage, as a person who's really for the UPND. People have questioned, if that's the case, how is it possible that Honourable Miles Sampa has potentially bitten the hand that once fed him, in the sense that when he needed an executive position the most, our former president Edgar Chagwa Lungu gave him the position of mayor, Lusaka mayor, when he needed it the most. But here Miles Sampa goes to basically bite the hand that once fed him, if indeed he is a mole. We are yet to confirm as to whether this case of political espionage is indeed a true case. Assuming Edgar Lungu is president, without assuming he's even president, just by his choice to return into active politics, to say that he wants to continue in this race, some call it a circus of sorts, in this political race, the race to reach the presidential seat, he has lost his presidential pension, unfortunately. Perhaps he was well assured in his mind that he had more than enough money to keep him happy. Anyway, another thing that he is potentially bound to lose is his immunity. According to according to Section 98 Article 98 in the Constitution, particularly Clause 4, it suggests that any person, and indeed presidents who held executive office, do have immunity. What is immunity? This is a shield that protects them against any prosecution. They can be investigated, but they will not be prosecuted. This immunity does not extend to their family members. This is why you see a lot of family members, his children as well as his wife, being running around, the police running circles around them, because they can accuse them as they can accuse any other citizen in Zambia, just not people who have immunity. So this case of immunity is really a hot potato. The current Minister of Justice has said that the New Dawn government has not put the removal of Edgar Lungu's immunity at the center of their agenda. The former president Edgar Lungu is continuously threatening, perhaps challenging the current president to say, take away my immunity, take it away. How do you take away a president's immunity? Our current constitution, following the 2016 amendment, allows for only the president to put in a case, to send a case to Parliament to say, these are the cases I have, and I wish to take away the immunity of Edgar Lungu, as opposed to the past where you could basically have an MP stand up in Parliament to say, I want to take away the immunity of the President, which was what happened in the case of RB and Chilova. So right now it's not the case. Only the President can go to Parliament with a case. The case will then be heard by Parliament. Parliament then opens up a committee that will investigate the validity of those claims to check, is there evidence supporting what the President has claimed? Is it in fact true? Can we analyze? Can we critique it? Can we come up with the evidence to back what the President is saying? During this time, Edgar Lungu does have the chance to go to Parliament to set up his own defense, to say, no, I didn't do what these people are claiming, what the President is claiming that I did. So he has a chance to defend himself. Parliament hears what the committee will come up with. It will hear what Edgar Lungu would have said in Parliament. At that point, Parliament then votes. It will vote if it comes up to 66.66%, which is 2/3 of Parliament, they can take it to court. That's 2/3 of Parliament. The only issue is, at the moment, we have the UPND only holds about over 50.9% of Parliament, so they do in fact hold the majority, but it is quite far off from the 66.6% threshold. So if anything, they would have to have the other parties, the independents, as well as the other parties in Parliament, and even a bit of the Patriotic Front to be able to reach that 66.67%. Some would claim that, considering the cases of the Karushi and the Kwacha constituencies, where Bowman Lusambo and Malanji both lost their seats. Bowman Lusambo and Malanji were both part of the Patriotic Front. They both lost their seats when the ECZ and their powers afforded by Article 52, Clause 4 in the Constitution, allowing the ECZ to basically go to the Constitutional Court and just say, we've nullified the election because apparently it wasn't conducted properly. Yes, in that effect. Some people see it as, oh goodness, they could be taking away seats with the end goal in mind, to have the former president's immunity taken away. So perhaps the end would justify the means. For the ECZ, could it have been a case of he who pays the piper calls the tune? I don't know. That's only my suspicion speaking, but in reality, it's the ECZ, no sticky fingers at the back. We hope and pray. Yes, so taken to court, if at the court they figure out that he is guilty, they will take away his immunity. If they acquit him of the crimes, he will still have his immunity intact. I'm referring to Edgar Lungu in that regard. So it is a sticky situation. Another issue that comes to mind when I think of the Patriotic Fronted state is this case of Glencore. In 2016, upon Glencore's departure, the state received $1 while the Patriotic Front received $3 million. At the time, the Secretary General of the Patriotic Front was Davis Chalmer, who at the time was also Minister of Justice. So last year in November, the ACC called him for questioning to ask him, and they have opened up an investigation to just analyze, to hear out what the excuse was. So it's not looking good in that regard. I worry for the PF that these two schisms of Miles Sampa as well as the Edgar Lungu faction, that the schism in between them can cause division within the party, that can cause unrest. The unrest could lead to violence of sorts, considering that the PF is notorious for its cadres. The use of the youth in the cadre frame is rather dangerous. And perhaps it could extend to just outside of the political party and just touch up the country, and could lead to civil unrest altogether. But of course, the ruling party would come into the picture to control the situation. So it is it is a little worrying. Could it be the PF? Could it be a sign of its downfall? How when MMD had these had the kerfuffle come upon them when they had several people wanting to be president, that was the beginning of the end for them. Could it be indicative of the end for the PF as well? Only time will tell. Thank you very much indeed. I'm glad with the report.
For the power of truth, this is the Glad Report.